The best times in the country posted by our mid-4 swimmers. And Rose 44.98. Davide Maria Harabashi of Minnesota 45.94. Dare's time of 44.98 is the 7th fastest time in the country right now. Next up is the B final in the 400-yard individual medley. Swimming in lane 3 for Minnesota, Elliott Kennedy. In lane 4 for Arizona, Daisy Anderson. Lane 5 for Harvard, Kate Haslett. And lane 6 for Harvard, Grace Yoon. B final. Daisy out in a 56.94. A little bit faster than she was this morning in the prelims. Elliott Kennedy swimming in second place, and she is out a good 2 seconds faster than her prelim swim. Elliott Kennedy definitely closed up here in the backstroke. Daisy right about at the pace she was this morning. She came back on a 102. Elliott's freestyle was under a minute, but she's got a lot of distance to make up. And Elliott definitely closing. She may run out of pool, but what a terrific last 100 here going for Elliott Kennedy of Minnesota. Daisy in at 4:17.9 and Elliott Kennedy in at 4:18.86. And now let's meet the A finalists in the women's 400 IM. Swimming in lane 1 for Harvard, Stephanie Iannacani. Lane 2 for Harvard, Alexandra Baston. In lane 3 for Minnesota, Grace Drabot. In lane 4, currently 13th in the nation, an A finalist in this event at last year's NCAAs for Minnesota, Megan Van Berkom. In lane 5 from Cal, currently 17th in the country, Catherine Hazel. In lane 6 from Arizona, Tia Lindsay. In lane 7 from Minnesota, Katie McCarthy. And in lane 8 from Cal, Ashlyn Fiorilli. A final. Megan and Catherine had a nice race in the prelim this morning. Megan built quite a lead, and knowing she was heading to the number 1 seed, put it on cruise in the freestyle a little bit, and Catherine closed the gap considerably. Megan a few tenths of a second ahead of what she was this morning. And Catherine about the same as she was in the prelims. And at the 200, Megan 158.9. About a second faster than she was in the prelims. And Megan putting the hammer down, 33-7 for that first breaststroke split. 2 seconds faster than her prelim swim. And Megan really digging in. A 34-7. Second and a half faster. She is 4 seconds faster than her prelim time at the 300. And Grace Draybot just hammered the breaststroke, and she has pulled herself into contention here for third. Megan 29 flat. Looking at about a 4:05. And it's a 4:04.36. That is the 7th fastest time in the country. Catherine Hazel, a nice 4:08.70, and that is now the 12th fastest time in Division I. Third goes to Katie McCarthy with a 4:14. Next up is the men's 400-yard individual medley. And by luck or unluck of the entries and scratches, we have one swimmer in the C final. This is Jack Ballard of the University of Minnesota. Since Jack will be racing the clock, we'll keep you posted. He's a full 8.5 tenths faster on his first 50 than he was this morning. And a nice 52.9. 1.2 ahead. And Jack continuing to improve. Last year at Jack's Taper Meet, the Minnesota Challenge, he won a 3:54.2. That is his PR. He is currently 3 seconds ahead, which means he's only 5 seconds away from that PR time. And with 100 to go, 3:02. He came back this morning in 56. And with a good freestyle leg here, he could be within just a couple, 3 seconds of his lifetime PR. $3:56.76 with the help of the California Golden Bear fans. Thank you. Now swimming in the B final. In lane 1 for Minnesota, Luke Leonidas. In lane 2 for Pittsburgh, Drew Henry. Lane 3 for Harvard, Felipe Bafico. In lane 4 for Cal, Sean Swift. In lane 5 for Minnesota, Ryan Slonak. In lane 6 for Harvard, Cole Custer. Lane 7 for Arizona, Brian Wong. And in lane 8 for Minnesota, Cameron Linder. Best butterfly belongs to Felipe Bafico, 51.27. Full second ahead of what Felipe's butterfly split this morning. Working the backstroke big time is Drew Henry of Pitt. But pulling into the lead the Gophers' Ryan Slonak. Ryan A final in the 200 IM. And a big stretch for the wall. Ryan swimming a 2.5 seconds faster than he did this morning in his first breaststroke 50. And here comes Sean Swift. Slonik 6 seconds ahead of his prelim pace. And Ryan Slonik of Minnesota, 3:52.38. And that is a lifetime PR for Ryan by 5 seconds. And now your A finalists in the 400 IM. Swimming in lane 1 for Arizona, Jake Hand. In lane 2 for California, Tyler Kopp. In lane 3 for Minnesota, William Christensen. In lane 4 for Cal, Humberto Nariera. In lane 5 for Pittsburgh, Max Matiaza. Ozzy. In lane 6, Arizona, Beck Parnham. And lane 7 from Pitt, Michael Piela. And in lane 8 from Pittsburgh, Avi Zarzano Hover. The 4 swimmers in lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6 all made B cuts with their prelim swims. And from this part of the desk, they all looked pretty strategic and cautious, like there's more gas in the tank. The one exception might have been Humberto Najera in lane 4, who dropped almost 12 seconds off of his seed time. And all 4 of the mid 4 are very close and just a hair under their prelim times. Tyler Kopp of Cal, faster than he was this morning. Humberto in 4, Tyler in 5. And then turning together, William and Max. Humberto just a little bit slower than he was this morning. Tyler Kopp of Cal is going to be our leader with 100 to go. Tyler Kopp, 3:45. Second place goes to Max Mateazzi. And then very close, Beck Parnham for third. Michael Piela in fourth. We now move on to the women's 200-yard freestyle. C final. Swimming in lane 1. The first of 4 in a row here for Pittsburgh. Lane 1, Abby Licht. Lane 2, Olivia Yu. Lane 3, Jill Berger. And lane 4, Tala Kuliberg. Lane 5, the first of 3 from Arizona. Julia Wozniak. Lane 6, Hope Fellner. And lane 7, Ava Setvin. Swimming in lane 8 for Minnesota, Elle Niebuhr. At the 100, it's Julia Wozniak leading all 3 Wildcats. Still the Arizona show. Ava Setvin and Julia Wozniak are 1-2. Some nice time drops as that whole tee went a little faster. Now swimming in the B final. In lane 1, Molly Hamlin of Harvard. Lane 2, Jade Rogier of Minnesota. Lane 3, Piper Wood-Prince of Harvard. Lane 4, Anya Kalievic, Minnesota. In lane 5, Ella Mazurek, California. Lane 6, Emily Buccaro of Pittsburgh. Lane 7, Alyssa Schwengel, Arizona. And lane 8, Elizabeth Timmer of Arizona. B final. Turning first, and just a little bit faster than she was this morning, Anya Kalievic. Anya had a monster leg on the Gophers 800 freestyle relay, throwing down a 146 low. (51.9) at the 100. 0.8 quicker. Ella Mazurek in lane 5, splitting about 0.3 faster and about 5.5 tenths behind. And Anya is going to power it home. And a 147.32 for Anya Kalievic. And now, let's meet the A finalists. Swimming in lane 1 for Harvard, Alexandra Bastone. In lane 2, from Arizona, Julia Heimstad. In lane 3 for Cal, Ava Chavez. In lane 4 for California, Mia Mokrakaitis. Lane 5 for California, Eloise Riley. Lane 6 from California, Rachel Klinker. And lane 7 from California, Emily Gantries. And in lane 8 from Arizona, Amelie Mortensen. We had B cuts in the prelims from Ava in lane 3, Mia in 4, Eloise in 5, and Rachel in 6. Mia Mordekaitis, of course, had a terrific win in the 500 freestyle last night. And Mia with a shot at getting under 145. 144.86. I'm sorry, 8.3 is the 25th ranked time in the country right now. And 144.52 for Mia. And that puts her in 22nd nationally. Next up, the men's 200-yard freestyle. C final. Swimming in lane 1 for Minnesota, Jackson Brown. In lane 2 for Cal, Michael McGillivray. Lane 3 for Ball State, Malcolm Slater. In lane 4 for Cal, Jack Meehan. Lane 5 for Minnesota, Grant Wadney. Lane 6 for Harvard, Tristan Dalby. Lane 7 for Pitt, Wesley Keppert. And lane 8 also from Pitt, Alex Kraft. $47.7 for Jack Meehan at the 100. This is Tristan Dalby of Harvard, turning just a whisker ahead of Grant Wadney of Minnesota. And it is Dalby, followed by Wadney. Swimming in the B final. In lane 1 from Harvard, Anders Eisters. Lane 2 from Harvard, Shane Washart. And in lane 3, one more Crimson, Harris Durham. In lane 4 from Minnesota, Bar Solovicek. Lane 5 from Arizona, Miles Botai. Lane 6 from Cal, Dylan Hawk. Lane 7 from Minnesota, Tyler Hansen. And in lane 8 from Pittsburgh, Guy Frimis. B final. And going out like a house on fire is Dylan Hawk of Cal, 21-7. Two things can happen when you go out that fast. One of them is good. And putting on the gas here at the 100, Bar Solovicek. Splitting right even with Dylan Hawk. We'll see what Dylan's got for his last 75. Barr, an NCAA finalist in the distance freestyle. Only 39 hundredths of a second separate Barr and Dylan. And Dylan with a reach, 1/100th of a second ahead of Barr. And now let's meet the A finalists in the 200 free. Swimming in lane 1 for Cal, Keaton Jones. In lane 2 for Harvard, Ben Littlejohn. In lane 3 from Cal, Gabriel Jett. Lane 4 for Cal, Robin Henson. In lane 5 for California, Jack Alexi. Lane 6 for Arizona, Orion Henderson. Lane 7 from Cal, Trent Frenzen. And in lane 8, David Gurilli. A final. (21-1) for Jack Alexi at the 50. Gabriel Jett made this A final out of heat 1 as he came in without a seed time. Swam pretty much alone. And Jett turning first. Okay, got a 132, maybe better. And Gabriel Jett, 132.17. That is now the number 6 time in the country. Congratulations, Gabriel. Our next event is the women's 100-yard breaststroke. C final. In lane 2 from Arizona, Nadia Barari. Lane 3 from Pitt, Maddie London. Lane 4 for Arizona, Emma Kinsey. In lane 5 from Harvard, Alexandra Desisenko. In lane 6 from Pitt, Jayla Pina. And in lane 7 from Minnesota, member of the U.S. Paralympic team, she set an American record in this event in the prelims this morning, Summer Schmidt. Summer was 35.8 this morning, 35.3 this afternoon. Tight racing in the middle of the pool. Touch 102.80 for Alexander Tarasenko. We're looking at a 115.71 for the old record. And there it is, another new American record in S9 for Paralympian Summer Schmidt. Congratulations, Summer. And now, swimming in the B final, lane 1 from Harvard, Stephanie Uncani. In lane 2 for Harvard, Victoria Eisenhower. Lane 3 for Pitt, Angelina Messina. In lane 4 for Arizona, Eleni Gewalt. Lane 5 for Arizona, Caroline Kramer. In lane 6 for Minnesota, Ava Gustafson. In lane 7 for Minnesota, Hannah Cornish. And in lane 8 for Minnesota, Ava Goodnow. B final. Only 99 100ths of a second separate our top to bottom qualifiers in this event, 9 through 16. And 9/10 of a second separate the entire field at the 50. And it's Eleni Gewalt, 101.46. Anna Cornish, second. Ava Gustafson, third. And now the A finalists in the 100-yard breaststroke. Swimming in lane 1 from Ball State, Laura Wright. Lane 2 for Arizona, Kelly Wasikowski. Lane 3 for Cal, Anna Brunzel. Lane 4, her Cal teammate, Alicia Henry. Lane 5 from California, Jade Nesser. Lane 6 from Arizona, Maddie Alawalia. Lane 7 from Pitt, Jessie Strong. And in lane 8 from Cal, Abigail Herskew. A final. 25 to go. Jade Nesser just a whisker ahead of Alicia Henry and Hannah Brunzell. And Jade 59-47. As lanes 2 through 8 all make the NCAA B cut. And now on to the men's 100-yard breaststroke. C final. In lane 1 for Minnesota, Max Shire. Lane 2 for Minnesota, Neil Simpson. Lane 3 for Minnesota, Drew Kalin. In lane 4 for Ball State, Aiden Biddle. Lane 5 from Harvard, Alex Petty. Lane 6 from Minnesota, Josh Johnston. Lane 7 from Minnesota, Drew Kistler. And lane 8 from Arizona, Brian Wong. At the flags, it looks like Neil Simpson. And at the finish, it's Neil Simpson, 54-95. And now swimming in the B final. In lane 1 from Arizona, Trey Muningia. In lane 2 from Arizona, Mitchell Oliver. In lane 3 from Cal, Colby Hatton. Lane 4 from Arizona, Ryan Purdy. In lane 5 from Pitt, Jerry Chen. Lane 6 from Minnesota, Joe Rudd. Lane 7 from Arizona, Tate Bhatti. And lane 8 from Pittsburgh, Nick Short. B final. At the 50, looks like Cal's Colby Hatton, 24-82. About 4/10 faster than he was this morning. And a great wall by Ryan Purdy of Arizona. He's challenging. And it is Colby Hatton, 53-36, 53-46 for Ryan Purdy, 53-66 for the Gophers' Joe Rudd. And now let's meet the A finalists in the breaststroke. Swimming in lane 1 for Arizona is Daniel Young. Lane 2 for Cal, Jacob Soderlund. Lane 3 for Cal, Matthew Jensen. In lane 4 for Arizona, Ryan Foote. In lane 5, he was our number 1 seed coming in from Ball State, Joey Garberick. In lane 6 from California, Liam Bell. Lane 7 from Cal, Hank Rivers. And in lane 8 from Arizona, Tavner Wisdom. A final. By just hundredths of a second, Liam Bell of Cal. And Liam holds it together, 52-36. And that is 19th in Division 1 to date. We have a disqualification in Heat 3. Lane 6 disqualified for a false start. Our next event, the women's 100-yard backstroke. C final. Swimming in lane 1, Victoria Eisenhower of Harvard. Lane 2, Abby Duncan, Pittsburgh. Lane 4, Peyton Kelly, Ball State. Lane 5, Kate Haslett of Harvard. Lane 6, Blythe Wyklowek, Harvard. Lane 7, Brigitta Neverman of Minnesota. And lane 8, Natalie Whalen of Harvard. And Peyton Kelly of Ball State, 54.91. And now swimming in the B final in lane 1, Addie Rose Bullock of Harvard. Lane 2, Indy Jongman of Minnesota. In lane 3, Isabella Riley, California. Lane 4, Daniela Cogswell of Cal. Lane 5, Faith Johnson, Minnesota. Lane 6, Jessica Davis, California. Lane 7, Mia Magdalena Harston Scarda of Arizona. And lane 8, Elizabeth Jacobs of Minnesota. B final. Coaches, any requests for time trials must be submitted by the end of the A final in this event. The request for time trials must be submitted by the end of the next heat, the A final. In the B final at the flags, it's Isabella Riley, and she's a 53-44. And now the A finalists in the 100-yard backstroke. Swimming in lane 1, Ava Yablonsky of Minnesota. Lane 2, Paige Armstrong of Arizona. Lane 3 from Pittsburgh, Claire Jansen. In lane 4 is a member of the UNS national team, currently 10th in the 100 backstroke nationally, from Cal, senior Isabel Stadden. In lane 5 from Harvard, Anya Mostek. In lane 6, senior from Minnesota, Paula Rodriguez-Rivero. In lane 7 from Cal, Annika McEnroe. And lane 8 is from Harvard, Abigail Carr. A final. Isabel Stadden in lane 4, very likely shooting for the A cut, which is a 50.88. She's 24.06. She only needs a mid-26 coming home. Remember, we're looking for a 50.88, and there it is, an A cut for Isabel Stadden, 50.26. Claire Jensen with a nice 52.15. 50.26, the number 3 time in the country, right now behind Gretchen Walsh and Catherine Burkhoff. Congratulations, Isabel. And now the men's 100-yard backstroke. We have a disqualification in the A final of the women's 100 backstroke. Lane 7 is disqualified for a 15-meter violation on length number 2. Men's 100 back heat 1, C final. In lane 1, Paul Lero of Pittsburgh. Lane 2, Jensen Nelson of Pittsburgh. And the rest of the field is all University of Minnesota. Lane 3, Des Sokjan. Lane 4, Matt McDonald. Lane 5, Ian Steffen. Lane 6, Tommy McCarthy. And lane 7, Luke Leonidas. Matt McDonald and his captain Des Sokjan. 48-46 for Matt, 48-89 for Des. Now swimming in the B final. In lane 1, Tommy Roeder, California. Lane 2, Colby Mefford, California. Lane 3, Bjorn Seeliger, California. Lane 4, Ryan Hardy, Arizona. Lane 5, Humberto Najera, California. Lane 6, Casey Stowe, Minnesota. Lane 7, Jack Donovan of Arizona. And lane 8, David Schmidt of Harvard. Sort of watching this event. Lane 3, Bjorn Seeliger, member of the Swedish Olympic team. He was 10th in this pool last year in this event. 21.75 on the way out. And a 46.06. And now the A finalists in the 100 backstroke. Swimming in lane 1 from Pittsburgh, Marcin Garaj. Lane 2 from Pitt, Stepan Goncharov. Lane 3 from Pittsburgh, Krzysztof Radoszewski. Lane 4 from Cal, member of the national team, 3rd in the NCAA last year in this event, Destin Lasko. In lane 5 from Harvard, Gunnar Grant. In lane 6 from Cal, Ziad Salim. Lane 7 from Cal, Kai Cruz. And lane 8 from Arizona, Will Myers. A final. In the prelims, every one of these qualifiers made a B cut. The A cut is a 44.71. Destin Lasco out at 21.7. .23 flat would get it. And there it is, 44.59, an A cut for Destin Lasco. We have a disqualification in the A final, lane 4. Disqualified for a 15-meter violation. We will now take a 20-minute break, and we will resume at 7:44 p.m. Coaches, make sure that you get your relay cards in. Timers, please report. And swimmers, let's clear the competition pool, please. And the official meet time is now 7:44. Our next event is the women's 400-yard medley relay. We have 4 heats. Each heat will represent the D, C, B, and A teams from each school respectively. D final. Swimming in the D final heat, Heat 1. In lane 3, the team of Lindsay, Kramer, Urbanowski, and Schwengel. That's Arizona. In lane 4, the team of Agathocleus, Pina, McFadden, and Genzel for Pittsburgh. In lane 5, the team of Brophy, Hersku, Fiorilli, and Mazurek from Cal. Into the butterfly. This is Cal leading. Ashlyn Fiorilli swimming fly for the Bears. And anchoring for the Bears will be Ella Mazurek. Now in the water for Arizona, Alyssa Schwengel. And the anchor swimmer for Pit D will be Maya Genzel. And it's a 3:38.42 for Cal. And now the C final. Swimming in lane 2 is the Pittsburgh team of Bailey, London, Yu, and Bucaro. In lane 3, the California team of Cogswell, Brunzel, Klinker, and Gantries. In lane 4, the Arizona team of Anderson, Gawalt, Burt, and Shialazada Kalawanda. And in lane 5, the Minnesota team of Jongman, Goodnow, Yablonsky, and Kalyevik. Nice 55-2 for Indy Jongman of Minnesota as they pop in behind Cal. Hannah Brenzel for the Bears, Ava Goodnow for the Gophers, and Eleni Gilwald for Arizona having a good one. Butterflyers in the water now. Rachel Klinker leading the pack here for Cal. Lane 4 for Arizona, Maddie Burt. This is Ava Yablonsky for Minnesota and Olivia Yu for Pittsburgh. And Cal will anchor with Emily Gantris. Minnesota will anchor with Anya Kaljevic. In the water now for Arizona, Miriam Shayala-Zedekanada. And Shayala-Zadekanda pulling up on Anya Kaljevic. And they turn right together. Kaljevic and Shayala-Zadekanda. And Mina brings the Gophers home. Cal wins the heat at 3:36.8, followed by the Gophers. And now swimming in the B finals. In lane 2 is the team of Riley, Henry, Chavez, and Stone for California. In lane 4, the team of Duncan, Messina, Kudlek, and Kulibrick from Pittsburgh. In lane 5, the team of Hagston, Alawalia, Piccini, and Timmer from Arizona. And in lane 6, the team of Johnson, Gustafson, Thomas, and Kaljevic from Minnesota. B final. And very tight at the 75. Cal, Arizona, and Minnesota. Alicia Henry in the water for Cal. Arizona breaststroker is Maddie Alawalia. And for Minnesota, Ava Gustafson. And butterflyers in. Ava Chavez for Cal. Avery Kudlek for Pittsburgh. Alexa Piccini for Arizona, and Morgan Thomas for Minnesota. and it's anchors away. McKenna Stone for Cal in lane 2. Tara Kulibrick for Pitt in lane 4. Lane 5, Arizona, Elizabeth Timmer. And lane 6 for Minnesota, Mina Kaljevic. And a 3:34.95 for Cal. And now, Heat 4, the A teams. Swimming in lane 2 is Cal, team of Isabel Stadden, Jade Nesser, Lizzie Cook, and Eloise Riley. In lane 3, it's Harvard, Anya Mostek, Alexandra Denisenko, Sydney Liu, and Isabella Alas. In lane 4, Arizona, Paige Armstrong, Kelly Wasikowski, Julia Heimstad, and Julia Wozniak. Lane 5 is Pitt, Claire Jensen, Jessie Strong, Sophie Yendel, and Sydney Gring. Lane 6, Paula Rodriguez Rivero, Megan Van Berkom, Claire Reinke, and Hannah Cornish. Heat 4. Out fast, Isabel Stadden. She made an A cut on the 100 back earlier this evening, in fact. She rocked a 50.26. That was the number 300 backstroke in the country right now. And a 50.68 for Cal. Cal in a big lead, and then 4 across. And still Cal in the water. This is Lizzie Cook swimming butterfly. Looks like it might be Minnesota or Arizona second. Julia Heimstad dueling with Claire Reif-Keinke with Sophie Yendel. Right there. And Pitt not far behind. Harvard not far behind. And the anchors are in the water. Cal in the lead. Swimming anchor for Arizona, Julia Wozniak. Hannah Cornish and Sydney Grings. Neck and neck. Cal may be looking at an A cut. And there it is. 3:30.56. An A cut. Automatic qualifying for Cal. Second place goes to Minnesota. 3:35.79. And now the men's 400-yard medley relay. He won the D final. Hold up, swimmers. Once again, this is Heat 1. Lane 3 is Arizona D. Parnham, Young, Goodfriend, and Tennyson. Lane 4, Cal D. Jones, Rivers, Quarles, and Antonio. Lane 5, Pitt D. Lero, Piela, Ryan, and Shadabura. And 6 is Pitt E. Camden, Heck, Smith, and Keppard. Hank Rivers of Cal in lane 4, getting after it pretty good here. Sam Quarles in the water now for the Golden Bears. And the Cal anchor in the water is Nicholas Antoniou. And Cal clocks a 3:10.59. Heat 2, the C teams. Swimming in lane 2 is Harvard, the team of Hench, Abrams, Bafico, and Washard. In lane 3, Minnesota, the team of Sakjan, Johnston, McCarthy, and Abdelwahab. In lane 4, Arizona, the team of Donovan, Oliver, Miller, and Bachai. In lane 5, Pittsburgh, the team of Nelson, Hover, Mahler, and Smolsky. And in lane 6, California, team of Cruz, Hatton, Shackle, and Franson. And Kai Cruz knocks out a 46.6. Aaron Shackle in the water for Cal. And Arizona trying to make it interesting here. They will anchor with Miles Bachai as they're chasing Trent Franzen of Cal. And Cal 3:10.07. And now the B teams in Heat 3. In lane 2 is Cal, the team of Jones, Soderlund, Jett, and Alexi. In lane 3, Harvard, Asters, Petty, Littlejohn, and Durham. In lane 4, Arizona, the team of Hardy, Wisdom, Naughton, and Palmer. In lane 5 is Pitt, team of Goncharov, Matiasai, Jalbert, and Freemus. And in lane 6 for the Minnesota Gophers, team of Slonik, Simpson, Groya, and Serdarevic. Heat 3. Pittsburgh, Stepan Goncharov. He is out quick. Pulling up now, Callis Roman Jones. But in the water first is Pitt. This is Max Matiasi. Followed by Tavener Wisdom of Arizona and Jacob Soderlund of Cal. Pitt trying to make it stand up. They will anchor with Guy Frimis. Arizona chasing. They'll anchor with Tommy Palmer. I'm sorry, we're going to the butterfly. Pitt, Drew Jalbert. Arizona, Hakan Naughton. And Gabriel Jett for Cal. Cal and Arizona splitting about the same. And they have caught Pitt. Although it's still close. Now those anchor legs for Cal. Jack Alexi for Arizona. Tommy Palmer for Pitt. Guy Frimis. And Cal, the extra stroke at the finish might have cost them a B cut for the B team. And now let's meet the A finalists in Heat 4, the A teams rather. Swimming in lane 2, the team of Garberick, Biddle, Hanshaw, and Chai. of Ball State. In lane 3, the team of Schmidt, Grant, Wang, and Holmquist of Harvard. Lane 4, the team of Myers, Purdy, Neighbor, and Kirafuri. In lane 5, the team of Radoshevsky, Chin, Garage, and Toledo Sanchez from Pitt. In lane 6, the Minnesota team of Stowe, Rudd, Harabajiu, and Neverman. And in lane 7, the team of Lasco, Jensen, Rose, and Seeliger from Cal. Heat 4. We will keep an eye on Destin Lasco in lane 7 of Cal. See if he makes a run at the A cut. He was under the A cut earlier this afternoon, but violated the 15-meter rule. 21:59 on the way out. He'll need a split of 44.71. And a 44.28 if it stands up. Pitt in second. Matthew Jensen swimming breaststroke for the Bears. Arizona and Pitt wired together. This is Dare Rose going butterfly for Cal out 20.3. 20.9 for Jaden Neighbor of Arizona. The A cut, 3:04.96. Bjorn Seeliger will anchor for Cal. And anything 44 or better for Seeliger will get the A cut. 19.2 on the way out. Arizona may be looking at the B cut, 3:06. But eyes to the board for Cal. There it is, 3:02.82, and A cut, 3:06.25, a B cut for Arizona. Oh, congratulations to the Wildcats on their B cut, and to the California Golden Bears, an A cut in the 4 medley relay. And we will begin 2 heats of time trials at 8:28. And we are ready now for a pair of time trials. First up, 100-yard breaststroke, lane 4 for Cal.